Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead on the Switch. This one, it comes from the team behind the masterful Portal Bridge Constructor, but can they deliver on another strange combination, or does this one just miss the mark? Well, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So story, and yes, this injects each moment between missions with small sections of story, and while it's nothing outstanding, it is a fun excuse to get the band back together and see, some of your favourite characters. You'll start with just 3 characters including Eugene, but we'll quickly meet people like Daryl and others along the way. It's treated as the first time you're meeting them, so it's more than suitable for fans and non-fans of the show, but I wouldn't expect, too much here. Just small moments where they try to reflect each of these unique personalities. I enjoyed it for what it was, simplistic, and they did good with the writing for sure, capturing the tone of these folks we are joining on the road. So it's a Bridge Constructor entry, which should immediately give away what you can expect here, but I can't deny their creativity with the formula just continues to separate the devs' Clockstone software from the pack. Yes, the bridge building takes front and center of the experience, but there's so much more going on around it that I want to break down. Now naturally, a game like this is all about solving the problem, so I'm doing my best with the footage to keep it all kind of early into the experience. You're going to find 5 chapters here total, but what you're going to see in the video, probably like the first 3, but avoiding any of the ladder game solutions, because that's very much what you're going to be coming for. This is bridge building though, expect some rage inducing moments before we even get started. So the gameplay, and first you'll be working with a number of different materials to construct, these bridges, from wood to rope to metal and the like. These come in 2 forms typically. You got structural or platform. Platform meaning it's something solid, something you can walk on or drive a car over. For example, the game, it starts simple enough though. On foot you'll need to get out of a location before a horde of walkers get you, and then you'll need to find a vehicle so you can obviously progress further faster. As each character gets introduced though, so do individual skill sets. Daryl, for example, has the ability to punch zombies squarely in the face because, as always, he is an utter badass, just clearing the way for anyone behind him. Then maybe he'll want to shoot an enemy or an obstacle from a distance. That he can do too. What starts as one simple goal though, build a bridge, quickly escalates to multiple targets. For example, the objective of a mission could be to kill all walkers in a location while then reaching an extraction point, but you have multiple characters in each location that move freely. So first for this you need to build bridges connecting them to each other to safety. Then when you start movement, they will hit checkpoints, the little blue dots you see on screen. Here then you can choose an action, typically being move left, move right, climb a ladder, descend, or use an action like throw a grenade or shoot at a location. It brings another level of strategy to the table I've not seen before, and it benefits from it. You're not building just one bridge here, but analysing where enemies stand, what multiple pathways you need to construct around, figuring out jumps and ramps, and yeah, things get pretty wild pretty quickly. If Portal nailed the idea of the weird and wacky thanks to its source material, this one for sure nails that sense of dread and desperation The Walking Dead is famous for. One small move can end our characters' lives very quickly, and that's before you even step foot or drive over a bridge. What I really liked too though, the way the bridge construction works, this isn't the usual connect like 2 points to each other. They highlight a build area, and so often these had a massive gap in between them, meaning you had to pull off some form of like evil Knievel stunt to escape. Think that bridge is strong though? Let's test it with an entire RV landing on it from above. That's the thing here, it's not just like build the bridge, game over, congratulations. It's not always that simple. It's like things like, can it support the weight you're going to put on it? Can it give us the trajectory we need in a jump? Can it support a crash landing? Sometimes even you'll want to build a bridge that holds just long enough for you to cross, but not the following wave of like walkers behind you. Control was then simple enough. I played mainly docked myself, and you control a cursor on screen along with the D-pad to choose characters and then materials. While at times it can be a tiny bit awkward connecting things together, it's easy enough to control with a quick zoom in thanks to the triggers. What works even better though, if it's your preferred way to play, the touchscreen controls in handheld really strong and make the experience a whole lot quicker. Problems, not a huge amount, honestly. It is shorter than Portal Bridge Constructor, I'll say that. Either that or I'm just getting better at these games anyways. But it's setting itself over 5 chapters, and in total that's going to be 40 levels. If I'm right, I think Portal had 60. Then a few things didn't quite make sense to me and caused some frustration. Often you will need to build, let's say, a counterweight to hold a bridge up. That has nothing to secure itself to though, so let's say you build a metal square on the left hand side, this would sometimes hook into the world like intended, sometimes go through it. I think this is mainly because I wasn't going for the intended strategy, but it should be one or the other, either it connects or it doesn't, not randomly like ghosting through it. That's really it though. I've had a great time with it. It was a lot more tense than I expected. The story adds for some variety in the locations especially, and I like the fact you're constantly making progression. You may initially be on foot, but next you can, let's say, expect to be in a car or transporting resources out of a location. Let's say you found some barrels, you now need to like roll these down to the exit. Thanks to a perfectly constructed bridge. It builds its world around The Walking Dead, but then adds elements that make every unique character you meet feel important, and it grows the gameplay from there. It's a bold move, honestly, where bridge constructing is just the beginning, and having bridge construction in the name kind of undersells the experience in some ways. Also, there's a lot of reasons to come back as well from beating your high score, meaning the amount of materials you used, or maybe killing all the walkers in a location. You'll want to go back though, because it's a super satisfying experience just to like pass and succeed in every single area. So graphically speaking, we'll keep this quick, not a huge amount to it. It's gone for a low poly style that keeps things simple, which the game for sure benefits from, because the best way they do this, the color work. Locations are pretty much all black and white in the background, while color signifies platforms and objects you can interact with. While it's not going to be winning any awards, it does change up the location frequently. It has a few Easter eggs along the way for fans, and yeah, it just captures the Walking Dead vibe. The only issue I have, I'm not sure on the character models. The low poly look is a hard one to pull off, and at times they just kind of look a little bit weird in the animated cutscenes, that they just didn't quite sit right with me. Not a down point or anything for the game, just a personal preference more than anything. So audio then and solid music's on offer, first of all, from simple acoustic to the calm before the storm to the more intense as you kick your team into action. Walkers, they have sounds, items in the environments, gunshots, it's all here linked to the gameplay, and I was impressed. I wish we had some voice acting though, as anyone who watches the show will almost be able to hear the voices, which is a sign of good writing. It's just a shame they're not actually there, especially after we did see voice acting in their most recent release, which was the Portal variation. So overall I'm impressed. I wasn't sure on Portal, it blew me away. Same thing here, I wasn't sure on the combination, and they've somehow absolutely delivered. They have a knack for building sims clearly, but their real skill lies in capturing the essence of their influences. I never expected to go into this with the option to take down walkers, punch them, shoot them, make them explode, jump like caverns. They've created excitement in a genre that is mostly known, let's face it, for its slower pace. It has a few minor problems, but nothing that even harmed the experience at all. It's a good time, but like any entry, my final warning, just prepare for some frustration. It's not an easy game, it is though extremely rewarding. Today I'm going to be giving Bridge Constructor The Walking Dead a great 8 out of 10. I think fans of the genre, fans of The Walking Dead should absolutely look here for two source materials that never should have worked together, but absolutely do. With that, a shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it down in the video description below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.